So I'm going to tell you 3 stories of the wrong people who traveled. The first one takes place in Russia, St. Petersburg, Russia. The Church of Our Savior built on spilt blood. That's the name of the church, because they're upbeat in Russia. The Church of Our Savior built on spilled blood. So we were on a cruise ship. And we were on an excursion. And on our excursion was this one particularly poorly behaved little, 9-year-old boy who was terrible. He was terrible. And he's on our little group excursion. And he was bumping my friend's seat before, in the bus on the way to the church. And my friend turns around and says, "Could you please stop bumping my seat?" And the little kid puts his face between the 2 chairs and he goes, "Number 1, you're not my mother. Number 2, you're not my father. Number 3, you're not the police." That's how the day started. So later on, we're at the Church of Our Savior built on spilled blood. And there is a thing on the floor. It's like a crypt. There's like an alabaster crypt, and it's got this demon of death. It's a skeleton. It's a horrifying skeleton and a saber. And so the guy's saying, and under this is a crypt. And I'm looking at the little boy, and he doesn't know anybody's watching him, and he's kind of like grinding his foot, whatever. So I catch his eye, and the people move on, and he walks over to the thing's face. And he puts his foot on the thing's face, and I'm looking at him like this, and he's looking at me, and he goes like this. He grinds his foot in this thing's face. Now, I'm a mature adult. So I did the only thing a mature adult can do, which is I said to him, "He's coming to your cabin tonight." And he goes, he's coming to your cabin tonight. And I went, "No, he's coming to your cabin tonight." Anyway, that's the first one. So the second one, I was in a New York City theater seeing a Broadway show. Matt is over here. I am here. Matt is here. I am here. And there's a woman here. And I feel annoyed. Now, we're seeing a show called Take Me Out, which was about a gay reporter covering a baseball team. So there's naked actors on stage taking showers. That's the setup. So I feel a hand movement. I feel like my arm is being moved on this side. So I feel like an up and down and whatever motion. So I turn to my left, and I see the woman sitting there is flossing her teeth. Like full wrapped around both. So I turned to her and I went like this. Without thinking, I went, "Stop it right now." And she says, she whispers, "I'm sorry, there's something in my teeth." And I went, "I don't care, it's disgusting." I go, "I don't care, it's disgusting." So all Matt hears is, "Stop that right now, it's disgusting." He doesn't know what she's doing watching these naked men on stage. That's all I'm gonna say. So intermission comes, and someone shushes me, by the way. Someone shushes me. So I took it, and intermission comes, and the lights come up, and I go like this, "Why don't you go to the bathroom and finish what you started?" And then I say to all these people in front of her, I go, "This one was flossing her teeth during the show." And they're all like, "Burn the witch." I mean, Anyway, and the third story involves Matt's mother. So Matt had a beloved stepfather named Howard, and Howard passed away a few years back, and they had a place in New York and a place in Florida. So they decided when this happened, when Howard passed away, Matt's mother was going to move to Florida and get rid of her New York residence. So she had to move all of her stuff down, and she had to take her Maine Coon cat. Is anyone familiar with a Maine Coon cat? It's as large as a large dog. It's like this big, furry, crazy furry. And this one was a redhead Maine Coon cat. So Matt says to his mother, "Well, if you want to take the cat down on a weekend, I can go. Or if you take it during the week, Tom can take you." And she goes, "I'll go Tuesday." So I have to take her down. So we get to the airport. The cat's crying the whole time. The cat's in the crate. I'm like, "What's wrong with the cat, Mom?" The cat's like 40 pounds. I'm like, "What's wrong with the cat?" She goes, "I don't know. He doesn't usually do this." I was like, "Okay, we're getting out of the car. We're getting into the airport." I'm like, "That doesn't sound right." So we have to go through the TSA. We have to go through the TSA thing, and they say my mother-in-law has to pick up the cat. So she's like this big, and the cat is this tall from the ground. She's holding the cat under the arms, This cat is like this, a giant red-headed giant cat. It's a gorgeous like creature from the zoo. So it's like, so now there's 200 eyes. 200 sets of eyes are looking at this gorgeous cat crying and Matt's mother carrying it. And as all 200 eyes look at it, the cat lets out a human-sized turd onto the TSA thing. And Matt's mother's looking at me like... So, I don't know what to do. The TSA lady, who looked like Shirley Hemphill from What's Happening, has the best line of all times. She turns to me and says, you dropped something.